It's the Real Estate Podcast, brought to you by ANZ Home Loans for financial well-beings.
And welcome back to another episode of the Real Estate Breakfast. Don't forget to tell a friend too who might be interested in real estate just like you, because we of course are talking property 7 days a week, as heard on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts and Amazon. Hope your weekend was a good one. Went by way too soon. You might have been out having a look at property over the weekend, looking at those property prices, unaffordable property prices, because it almost sounds weird when we say that we've found another one of these locations, suburbs, areas around Australia that is affordable. And we have found just that. It is called Nyngan, which is a town in the centre of New South Wales in the Bogan Shire local government area. Got a population of around 2,000 people. If you're driving from Sydney, it's around 6.5 hours in the car. But if you are a first home buyer chasing affordable, well, you could find a lot worse properties. And right now we are going to catch up with Emily Stanton, and she is right in the centre of Nyngan. And a very good morning to you, Emily. Welcome to the Real Estate Breakfast.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on.
Did I get that right? Around 2,000 people there, known for the big Bogan statue. I think you better explain that one for us. What is it?
Okay, so we live in the Bogan Shire, and I actually recently found out that Bogan was the name of an Aboriginal warrior who was one of the original warriors. That is where the Bogan name came from. So we've got a Bogan River, we're in the Bogan Shire, we've got a Bogan Street. And council and a couple of locals, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, decided, hey, let's capitalise on this interesting name. And that's where the big Bogan statue came about. So he's right in the centre of our main street. I'm not sure how tall he is, but he's very big. It's a very big statue. It's sort of made out of steel, and he's got a fishing rod, and a lot of people pull up and take photos of him.
Well, it's an interesting name, of course, Bogan. It's such an Aussie name. Now, tell us a little bit about how long you have been there in Nyngan.
So I was born and raised in Nyngan. I'm a fifth generation local. So my great-great-great-grandfather was one of the original pioneers in the area. So yeah, I've got very deep roots here in Nyngan. I did go away to boarding school and university, but even when I was away, my heart was still always in Nyngan. So I came back.
Tell us a little bit about what is attracting people into the area, because it's quite big with the mining and also the farming.
Yeah, so mining and farming, they are our biggest industries. So we have a lot of employment in the mines. I think they employ about 500 people out there. A lot of employment on all the farms. It's just a really great place to raise kids. Like, I have 3 little boys, and they're always out on an adventure. They're motorbike riding, or they're walking through the paddock collecting sticks, or they're water skiing on the river. It's just a really great little town to raise kids. So I think a lot of families stay around for that. It's a really easy, nice lifestyle.
We're kind of painting a picture for you this morning, because many people wouldn't know where it is on the map. And I understand that there are plenty of jobs in the mines. You were saying to me off air, pretty much all year round they're advertising.
Yeah, they're always advertising for jobs. They're always expanding, and, they're doing a lot of explorations and finding new areas they can mine. It's all going ahead. So a lot of people move to town for jobs in the mines. So it's a really big employer. They've always got job ads out.
Now, we talk a lot, of course, about people moving in from other areas, they're working from home. Maybe you could end up working at the local mine. Maybe, change your career. Good money that's on offer, cheap, affordable housing. We keep saying that word, affordability, under $200,000. The one thing, though, with Nyngan, houses are very hard to buy because there's only a few that are coming on stream. I understand that the council is trying to release some land just to alleviate that problem.
Yeah, that's right. So the town, and because of these industries, mining and farming, and quite a lot of locals like staying around as well, it is hard to buy a house. So council are in plans at the moment to open a new land development just to get more housing in the town, because it is a bit of an area where there is a shortage. They realise they need more housing for more people to be moving into town and, to be buying in town and staying in town. So that, I would say, would happen, I think, in the next 12 months. I think that's going to happen.
All right. Well, we're talking with Emily. She is going to tell us her story the other side, and she has bought a hotel, and her and her husband have gone through this massive reno. So we'll talk about that next.
It's the Real Estate Podcast, talking properties from 6 a.m. every day, from every corner of the Australian real estate market.
I see a new renovated 2-bedroom home in Marrickville in Sydney was listed with a buyer's guide of $1.5 million, drawing a lot of interest from buyers with budgets under $1.7 million. However, at the auction over the weekend, the bidding started at $1.8 million and ended at over $2.1 million. The commentators are saying this is a clear case of underquoting, where agents list properties below their true value. And despite being illegal, underquoting is on the rise, with many unaware that it's against the law, or simply just finding that the penalties are too lenient to report it. Did you see that happening yourself over the weekend? Hey, coming up tomorrow, we're going to be looking at the minimum wage increase and whether it's going to affect, firstly, the rental prices, and whether or not it's going to help people buy their first property. So we'll be talking all about that tomorrow morning.
From powerful and up-to-date news to professional real estate experts with the latest property trends on the Real Estate Podcast.
Did I mention affordability? Did I mention 2,000 local people with a price tag, median price of under 200 grand? We are in Nyngan this morning talking to Emily, who is kind of breaking down all of the numbers and painting a little bit of a picture for us. And Emily, you decided to buy the local hotel there and undergo a bit of a renovation. A good thing that your husband's a builder, eh?
Very good thing that my husband's a builder, because it has been a very, very big job. So we purchased the hotel about 18 months ago. We first looked at it nearly 2 years ago, and we originally were only going to open it as accommodation. So that was the original plan. And then as it went along, the idea just expanded, and it's now a hotel, restaurant, accommodation. We've got an ice creamery, coffee. It's like we've really tried to create a hub for the community. Yeah, it took us 15 solid months to renovate. We basically only used the shell of the building in the end. It was built in 1883. It's a big 2-story brick building, and it had been closed for 40 years as a hotel. Yeah, it was a very, very big job.
Now, you got a little bit of press coverage all about pigeon skeletons that you found boarded up behind the fireplace, and that was sealed off in the 1960s. They threw up some photos online. That would have been a bit of a scary find at the time.
Yeah, it was very interesting. So I was, we were trying to bring back all the original characteristics of the hotel. It had these amazing Federation style features, one being the fireplaces. And I could see on the old plans that there was used to be a fireplace in what now just looked like a wall. We decided we'd pull all the front of that off to expose the fireplace. And as soon we sort of cut the front of it out, and then there was just this awful smell, and we were like, oh, what is going on here? And the more that we cut back, it revealed honestly a pigeon graveyard. So I shared the photos on our Instagram, which is the Nyngan. We shared the whole reno journey on there, and you can see in the photos it was crazy, hundreds of pigeons had fallen obviously down the chimney over the years and couldn't get back out. So it was probably our most fascinating find, really. Like, it was, a lot of them had turned to dust. You know, the bottom half, they weren't bones anymore. It was just turned to dust. And then, as it got higher up the top, you could see the full shape of the skeleton. It was very interesting find.
I'm petrified of snakes. Did you find any snakes in the walls?
We had one snake one day that tried to go into the dining room when the boys were having smoko.
Uh-huh.
They all was very quickly up on top of their eskies. But I think he was just trying to find a new home and he scared the boys one day. So one snake threw out the job.
So you opened up your boutique accommodation, what was that, last month, was it? How's it been going for you in the last month?
Yeah, we opened on the 1st of July and it's been going really, really good. Yeah, we're getting lots of bookings coming in, and the hotel side of things, the bar and restaurant, has been so busy. Like, we did know we were creating something exciting for the community, but because we shared the whole journey as well on social media, like on Instagram and Facebook, there's been so many people from away as well that have been following and really wanting to see the finished product. So we've even had a lot of people traveling from away. Like, we're really trying to make this a destination. We are also on like a main highway through town, which is really handy. You know, you get a lot of passing traffic because we're halfway between Sydney and Broken Hill, and we're sort of the main highway to like Adelaide, Darwin. Like, it is a highway that is quite busy. So between locals and people that have travelled to see us that have been following the journey and people driving past, it's been really, really busy, which is great.
Well done managing to stick that out in terms of the renovation. I mean, that is a 15-month renovation, not for the faint-hearted by the sound of it. Thank you so much for painting, as I say, the picture for us for Nyngan. As I say, under $200,000 for a house, the local council starting to hopefully do that land release. And you might get one or two inquiries to go and stay there. So all the best moving forward, Emily, and thanks for coming on to the Real Estate Breakfast this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Don't navigate the real estate market alone. Let us help guide you in the world of real estate every day. Make better informed decisions with the latest news and insights.
I think a lot of parents feel that guilt because they had it better in their day and they didn't have to deal with this kind of struggle. So, I guess she was just trying to work out what she could do, and luckily she was in a position.
As you mentioned, 3 to 4 bedroom, 20-year-old shacks, as we like to call them, they're holding their value around that 250 to 300,000, and then better properties are selling up towards that higher 600 to 700,000. And obviously those type of properties are well finished.
Oh, look, there's enormous excitement already. Obviously, the contestants have been here working and all the tradies, and it's been fantastic for local businesses.
We moved to Hazelbrook, which is the mid-Blue Mountains. Initially, we had looked around lower Blue Mountains, which is closer to Sydney. But again, the property prices were really high and also the demand was quite low.
We connect you to the best real estate information across Australia. The Real Estate Podcast.